Hey kids, Inverted Cow here. Welcome back to Space Haven. We're back in on the end of last episode. I had been down in this sector down here where I had dealt with the Baron station, harvested the ship that was there. I went through these two nebulous area or Siren World areas. I was not able to salvage the ships that were in here. In fact, this one I didn't even bother trying. I went in, I tried to do the ship, but after 3 cycles of the nebula, I had to move out, or the siren, I had to move out. Didn't want to play with it. Jumped back through this sector. As you can see, I've got everything explored. I think there was a small ship in here that I had picked up, like a couple of these small debris ships that I picked up. Nothing fancy, but I did come up into this sector as well. Oops, stay with me. I took out this little ship down here, and I played tag with a pirate. There's a pirate in the area that has been attempting to attack me. So I have to I have to deal with that. I had jumped into this one place here after playing tag with the pirate to attempt to heal, and Slavers Guild Invictus had jumped in, and Android Collective had jumped in, and I was doing some trading with Slavers Guild Invictus when the Android Collective jumped in and opened fire on them. In the midst of the trade deal, this ship, which substantially outguns this ship, jumped in and completely obliterated them. And I decided to stop it there because it's only a few seconds away from this ship getting destroyed. Literally, here's the shuttle doing the trade. I had a problem when I jumped out. The pirate's shuttle was attached to this loading bay, and I think that's why this shuttle has been stuck. It won't dock. It hasn't docked. I've got 2 other docks it can go to, but it won't dock on this loading bay for some reason. I'm hoping a reload has reset it. You will also notice that I have a new person. Eleonora was picked up on one of the ships that I had salvaged. She's the first rescue that I've encountered. She's an alien lover, was a mining technician, has fairly good stats on her abilities. She's good at medical and weapons. Let's bring up... that's not what I want. This one. Priorities. There we go. So I've got her working as medical. She's also got mining skills, so I put her in the miners. Higher priority on medical than mining, but she also can deal with maintenance in industry and logistics. Not so worried about letting her work in navigation or as a gunner, but I've just left these as default so that they can do that as needed. So I figured before this ship gets destroyed, I would see if I can either A, complete this trade, or B, watch this ship get blown up. So we're going to hit this run. We'll see if this thing docks, because it was having some troubles because there was a pirate ship attached to it when I jumped out. And these guys were literally 1 or 2 shots away from being destroyed. And I figured, give them a chance. Okay, so it was able to dock. I'll send the... I built a communications station. So I should be able to actually do the communications now with other ships. Yes, we'll take on their logistics crew. Because, you know, I won't turn down the opportunity for that. What I will do, though, is bring up edit set refugee area. Now, I think that I should be able to just set refugees I don't know if it will block refugees and crew, or if it will just block refugees. Can only be used by refugee. Okay, so that locks that out. These overview bed settings, anyone, be the guest or crew member. Okay, so the beds can be used, but I will need another toilet. So we're going to change this to hold on, we're working here. Clear refugee area. Don't want the refugees to use that toilet. Don't care about this. The refugees can do whatever they want. So let's objects under, there we go, objects under food. We're going to build an algae dispenser. Yes, the refugees are going to get the highest in quality algae, and facility the highest quality in toilets. And the highest in quality medical. Q, please. There we go. And then we'll set that as a refugee area right here. Now, I don't know if they will actually travel over on their own accord. Like, I don't think they will. Which, I mean, it's kind of bad, because, I mean, they still have a shuttle. But what we'll do is we'll grab one of our shuttles and we'll send that over there. Or I think I got a shuttle on its way over right now to pick them up. Let these guys quickly rebuild these facilities. And I am, again, I'm very much low on food. Nutrient solution, I believe, is what I was in the middle of trading for. So that's something you have to be aware of. If you jump out with a shuttle attached to one of your docks, you could end up with that dock being malfunctioning. Eleanor, did you just make kissy faces at the robot? Okay, I do believe she is Android Collective, or was Android Collective, so that's fine, although a little bizarre. Okay, that's fine. You guys can all sleep. All I'll have to do is put a new bunk bed over here. As well in the refugee area. I have built finally one of my other shuttle pods. I am slowly moving stuff over here. I just want to move this shuttle. relocate to this bay. And Roscoe, I think you... Actually, Annika and Clive are coming on duty, so we're going to draft you two and enter the craft. I think these guys have gone and did a loot run on this thing. I think that was them returning. Don't believe that they actually had any trade that I was interested in doing with them. I had looked. Yeah, I do need crystals, so... I got 70 points on green circuits. That's not bad. And we'll do that trade with them real quick. And then I'll let these guys come over here and do an explorer real quick. There we go. Draft and undraft the shuttle, so we'll just quickly loot. I want that energy and that tech and that soft scrap. Don't really want the infra scrap. And I need to do the hull scrap as well. There really isn't much on this ship. Loot-wise, there is a prisoner. There's something unusual. Annika. Draft and free prisoner. Undraft. That was a bonus free person on this ship. That was weird. I wonder why Android Collective didn't free them. So what we'll do now is I'll just pause for a bit. I will take apart the rest of this ship and we'll see what we can do, and hopefully we can build up a little bit of a prisoner area. Okay, we are back in. I have bounced around this sector a little bit, cleaned up and looted everything that was basically here. I came into this last resource node. I just bypassed the pirate. He was here. I jumped in, jumped away, and he is leaving this sector. It's a fairly large pirate craft. I don't want to fight this one. Because one, I don't have the weapons. Two, I don't have the crew. And then I landed in this sector, and a Slavers Guild ship is in this sector. So we're going to see if we can do some trades with these guys and see if we can get rid of some junk here as well, but also get rid of their stuff. First, I want to get rid of these collars. There, you have those collars. I will take these blocks, and I really need some fuel cells. Accept that. We'll do another trade, new trade. Get rid of that other collar. 2 soft blocks. I have been up to this point trading for crystals, but I got rid of the let's get fully in space here. I got rid of the energerum generators and replaced it with a second X1 power generator, which means I'm using the fuel rods. Fortunately, they are sucking back the fuel rods fairly quickly. I ordered the construction of a series of solar panels over here, and everything's waiting for tech blocks, which is something I really need to trade for. And they were all waiting for hull blocks, but I finally managed to recycle enough hull blocks to get that. So that's a good thing here. So we're also going to do is hail and see if they want some of their refugees. Two hyperfuel, 3 artificial meats, 1 raw chemical, and 2,000 credits. I really wish they would offer you alternatives. You know, like, we're going to give you a couple of choices. Like, here's, 2 or 3 different options of choices for what we'll offer you. But, that's fine. We'll take what they're offering. That's great, Derek. And that will do for now. Goodbye. Now, I don't remember if I have to tell their refugees to leave or if they will actually go and leave on their own volition, but we'll see. So we're going to let this run for a few seconds here, because their shuttle is arrived. There's one of their guys. There's 3 more of their guys. Okay, so they'll leave on their own. And these slave collars are getting sold very quickly. It was very handy having the extra refugees running around. I found that if you are struck by micrometeoroids and have like a hull breach, you can physically assign the refugee to fix that. You can't assign them to put out fires, but they will help in the fire and other things along those lines. So that's a good thing. Having just refugees haul logistics is it doesn't really help a lot. I mean, the logistics are good, but honestly, once I get a little bit more built up, I'm going to have 20 or so logistics robots. So a shuttle full comes in, I got 10 robots on their way over here before they even unload the shuttle. Okay, we finally researched shield console. Research is something else that's ongoing. As you can see, I have researched the tree base all the way up to quantum. So targeting jammer is on my list. I have yet to do any of the refineries, but basically everything is unlocked. I do want the shield generator. This is something I definitely need to have done, and I want the targeting jammer. The targeting jammer basically renders weapons useless, which is why I want that. Because then I can go into an area and never have to really worry about being attacked directly by pirates. Like, they won't shoot me right out, and they can't. And then I can work in an area and only have to worry about boarding parties, and boarding parties are not a big deal because they come over at 4 at a time. So we'll do shield generator and then targeting jammer, and then I want to get all of my refineries and processes unlocked. So all the refineries and assemblers have to be done. I also am thinking I might do is get the hyperdrive ordered, but I think maybe I'll get the refineries first, the salvage robots and refineries all unlocked first. Then I'll do the hyperdrive and the advanced power generators. The reason I'm not worried about the hyperdrive is I need the energy refinery. Like, this should be actually gated behind the energy refinery. So you need this undone before this unlocks, because unlocking the hyperdrive is kind of pointless. I mean, it's not really totally pointless because I do get hyper fuel as a trade resource, but there's that. So we are at this point now. So it's just a matter of letting these trades go down and the settling to come in. So I still got one refugee, but I think this refugee was the one that was the slave. So I believe it's these guys that are actually waiting for the free airlock, right? Yeah, so we're waiting for our last trade to go through. Which is on that trade. For some reason, it's completely ignoring this airlock here. This ship only has the one airlock, right? Yes. So they only have one airlock, so they can only deal with one item at a time, where I got 3 airlocks right now and I can deal with multiples. Okay, so that's all it is. I am going through these fuel rods fairly quickly, and I'm hoping I can get some more tech blocks in here. Okay, so that's all of that. So we'll just finish mining out these resources. I am overloaded on Hyperium. I really don't need this many crystals, but I'm keeping it because I'm still running the crystal hyperdrives rather than the proper hyperdrives. But usually once you reach a certain point, you get hyper fuel, and yeah, that's not an issue. 97 ice, which is good. Oops. So that's good. That's all good. I need these for the shield generators and such as well, which is why I was after them. But I really do need some tech blocks. When I built this area over here where the solar panels are, I closed the vents on this room, so this vent is always closed, and this room is not exactly very hospitable. It has low oxygen content. It's cold. Probably has a moderate CO2 in there. The only thing, I mean, I do have a gas scrubber in here for when there is a fire. So that was the idea with this area. I don't want these areas, especially along the side nacelles, to be really hospitable for crew. These are very specifically designed for just holding the energy cells, the solar generators. The idea is, of course, the shuttle pods and such for the at this end of the nacelle. I'm going to basically repeat this process at all 4 ends of the nacelles here. If we bring up the edit and sketch. Try that again. Basically, the way I've got this is going to be the same at the 2 ends, except for these where I made the little pointy piece. I just want this to be the little pointy piece. There's really going to be nothing in here except maybe like a light or something jammed in this corner. And there's only going to be a single shuttle bay here. But it's going to be the same idea as what I have down here. There'll be a dock or an airlock, at least 1 cargo pod, life support, a mining pod, and a shuttle bay up in here, or a shuttle hangar up in here. And then this section between these two will be packed with energy solar panels. once I unlock the research for solar capacitors, these, I will also have some of these in this area. Probably only a couple around the solar panels themselves, but others will go in around the area that is for engineering and manufacturing. That's all this area is going to be. This is, of course, bridge and living quarters. Probably also going to have refugee and prisoner areas up in there, although I might do is put a prisoner down in here. I want this section to become primarily engineering. The drive thrusters, the engineering, there's going to walls and such are going to go in, subdivide this into areas and that sort of thing. But that's all coming. It's really hard to build quickly in survival because of the need for the hull blocks and such, because it takes a long time to process them, to get them to begin with. So somebody vomited on the floor. Okay, there we go. That's everything harvested out of this sector. We will jump away. And we're going to jump into this area over here. There's nothing in this space here. Okay, good. They left just as I got here. That's so nice of them. Okay, so the first thing I'm seeing is, of course, is another small derelict. I'm going to do is a little exploring between episodes, see what we can find in this sector that is of interest. This is basically just a standard uncontrolled sector of space. And we'll keep working on getting some resources together. I do, like I said, I need the tech blocks and whatnot. But that's going to be next episode. So thanks all for watching, kids. Hope you're enjoying Space Haven. And I'll see you on the next episode. Good night for now.